In this lesson, we will learn how to evaluate a risk mitigation strategy using key quantitative criteria: frequency, impact, probability of success, and cost. This approach aligns with PMI guidelines and can be implemented using analysis tools such as this simulation model. So the PMI definition of risk mitigation. Risk mitigation involves taking action to reduce the probability and or the impact of a risk to an acceptable threshold. It is a proactive response strategy designed to lessen the effect of risks that could negatively affect project objectives. According to the PMI and the PMBOK, risk mitigation is one of the response strategies for negative project risks, also known as threats. Some examples of risk mitigation actions in projects: adding resources to critical path activities to reduce the chance of delays, implementing more robust quality assurance processes to reduce the likelihood of defects, designing system redundancies to minimize the impact of failure, conducting training to reduce human error, improving communication channels to prevent misunderstandings. Some key points. Mitigation does not eliminate the risk, but reduces its potential harm. It is applied before the risk occurs, unlike contingency plans, which are reactive. And it is part of a planned risk responses process in PMI's risk management framework. So the key components for evaluating a mitigation strategy. First, impact reduction. A strategy may reduce the duration of a task affected by the risk and lower the associated costs if the risk event occurs. Frequency reduction. The strategy may reduce how often the risk event could occur during the project. Probability of success. Not all strategies are 100% effective. It is important to assign them an estimated probability of success. For example, hiring a public relations firm to counter reputational damage. This strategy might have an 80% probability of success, which should be factored into the analysis. Implementation cost. Mitigation strategies are not necessarily free. Their implementation involves costs, whether explicit, direct expenses, or implicit use of internal resources. The cost can be modeled as a probability distribution, such as a PERT, with a minimum value, a most likely value, and a maximum value. This allows uncertainty in mitigation costs to also be accounted for. So we summarize: a mitigation strategy may reduce the frequency of the risk, reduce its impact in time and cost, and have a probability of success less than 100%. But it involves an additional cost. The ultimate goal is to determine whether the mitigation benefits outweigh the cost of implementation. So concluding, a good mitigation strategy is one that significantly reduces exposure to the risk, has a high probability of success, and it is cost effective. In the next lesson, we'll see how to incorporate these strategies into our simulation model and how to determine whether they are worth implementing.